Welcome, everyone, to your December 2022 forecast. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. Before we get into the forecast, this, of course, is a general reading. For a personal reading or for a coaching session, go ahead and book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Forecasts for each life path number for 2023 are up now. Be sure to check yours out if you haven't already, as we move from this 6-year into the vibration of a 7-year for 2023. Lots of interesting stuff coming up. This, of course, is a great time to order, if you haven't already, to order your personal year ahead forecast for 2023. I have those on my website available, so head on over there and get yours today. Okay, so as always, first I'm going to take a look at the universal cycle for the month of December, and then we will break it down for each individual life path number. So December 2022 is a universal 9 cycle. And I really do actually love this energy as we begin to sort of close out the year and prepare to step into a new frequency. The energy of the 9 allows us to reflect on the past year, to slow down a bit and recap. What do we feel worked for us? What do we want to maybe make adjustments to moving forward? Or now that we know what we know, would we do anything differently if given the chance? While understanding that sometimes we need to take the chance ourselves instead of waiting for it to be given. Also, is there anything that we want to sort of close out and leave behind, sort of shed as we step into the new energy of 2023? Any old belief systems, habits, grudges, and so on. This is a great time to leave those behind. This is actually a really beautiful and symbolic energy to shed that old skin, sort of like a snake, and leave it behind as we move much lighter and freer into a new chapter. So make time for self-reflection this month and honor what comes up for you without judgment, right? So if you feel strongly about something, move in that direction, follow it, right? See where it takes you. This can be a great month for getting organized and clearing out the clutter, body, mind, and spirit. And again, it's kind of like when you're going through old things, like, from your childhood or from your teen years or whatever, right? Or last year. And there's sentimental value to some of those things, right? Again, whether it's a belief, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing, whatever. There can be some attachment to those things, some sentimental value. And so it can be challenging to release it, to let it go. And so then we start to create clutter, right? We start to hold on to things that are no longer relevant, that don't really assist us in any way, that aren't aiding or adding to our journey. And so they just sort of take up space, body, mind, spirit, and they don't really need to be there any longer. And so those are the things that we sort of really need to take a look at and see, where can we release these things? Where can we move beyond them? And again, clear the space for something new to come in. And it can be a little challenging because we've got that, there's that nostalgia to it, that sentimental value. And so just have to find a way to honor it and release it and move forward. And this is a great time to do it during a 9 energy. This can be an incredibly active period for dreaming and imagination. So pay very close attention to your daydreams, to your night dreams, and see where they're taking you now. New plans, new ideas can come in through these dreams. And with such an extremely vivid imagination, this can be a beautifully creative period for turning those dreams into reality come 2023. Allow the ideas to germinate now. Write them down, play with them, be open to what comes in, no matter how big they are, no matter how outside the box they are. This is an energy to play with those, to follow them, to explore, to let your imagination run wild. This isn't necessarily the energy to begin implementing or to, begin creating whatever those big ideas are, but explore them. explore them. Allow your imagination to run wild, follow those dreams, write those dreams down. And, if you are telling yourself that you're not capable of doing something that you're dreaming about, deconstruct that. Why are you telling yourself that? What are the obstacles? How can you overcome those obstacles? Who do you need to reach out to who maybe has strengths in those areas that you have some limitations or some weaknesses? This is a great time to start that planning process, to explore. So use this month and the magic of this month in that way. And allow yourself to dream big, allow yourself to dream outside the box, and to start planning how you'll, achieve those big dreams. Pay attention to your thoughts this month. Where are they trying to take you? Can you explore further? Are there thoughts worth grabbing onto and doing something with? And are there thoughts that are keeping you sort of stuck, right? Because those thoughts that are keeping you stuck, right? Those thoughts that come in that are sort of holding you in one place. They're trying to show you where potentially there's some deeper work to be done, right? And so everything sort of serves a purpose, right? And so even those thoughts that were like, are more negative or again, kind of holding us back, there's something deeper there to be looked at. And so those thoughts coming in are highlighting those areas for us. So pay attention to them. You don't have to grab onto them. You don't have to, do anything with them other than, again, to kind of deconstruct them, to look at sort of the root cause of them, and sort of go from there. But pay attention to your thoughts this month, especially under a 9 energy. Your dreams, your daydreams, your thoughts, all these things can hold a lot of deeper meaning this month, more so than under other energies. So just pay attention. This month can feel sort of, like I said, very ethereal, more imagination, more ideas, more feelings floating about. Play in this lofty realm and explore, right? But also find ways to stay grounded and in your body. You need to be present to have the full experience that this 9 energy can bring this month. So your dreams and visions this month can serve as the guidepost for the future direction that you're meant to follow. But you have to stay present and grounded to sort of see them through, right? To start that process, to experience the human experience, right? With 9 energy, the channel to the unseen is wide open. So again, see what comes through for you and try to have fun with it, right? Again, take the pressure off, just kind of flow with it. By exploring something, you're not obligated to follow through with it, right? You're just seeing where it takes you and seeing if there's a connection and seeing if it feels right for you. If it doesn't, you release it. If it does, then continue to explore, right? So this is a beautiful energy for all of that. So again, give yourself the permission to dream big, to play in the world of imagination, because that's where it all begins when it comes to creation and creating the life of your dreams. And what a perfect time to be exploring as we sit at the cusp of a new year and a new energetic vibration for 2023. So this month, the energy of the 9 sort of invites us to stay present while considering changes. Okay, before we get into the individual life path numbers, I want to wish you all a very happy holiday season and a very joyous new year. All right, let's take a look at the individual life path numbers now. Life path number 2. So the animal spirit message for you for December comes from Rooster energy. With this energy of Rooster, there's something here about rise and shine, to get started on something that maybe you have been sort of putting off, you've been sort of sweeping under the carpet, you've been procrastinating with. This is an energy coming through to say, now is the time to focus your energy on these big ideas, whatever they're for, and start that planning process. So very similar to what we talked about in the intro, but very much sort of like focused energy, no more procrastinating, get up and go type thing. And there's also this energy of being very decisive in this as well. So not being so easily, not saying that you are, but when it comes to 2 energy, there can be a lot of indecision, and so in lack of decisiveness. And so this energy of Rooster is just asking you again to get up and go, to find your confidence, to be decisive in your actions and not be easily influenced by the outside, right? To let that final decision, of course, be yours, and you take responsibility for whatever comes of that. There's also this energy with Rooster energy for slow and steady wins the race type thing. So just take your time, get started on whatever this is, but take your time and be sort of methodical in your process, right? So that again, you're making sure that the steps you're taking are the steps that are the right, that make the most sense for whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So whatever that is can't necessarily be rushed, right? So take your time. Okay, so looking at the month of December for you all. So you all are also, of course, working with the energy collectively that we're all working with, which is the energy of the 9. But you all are also working with the energy of the 11-2. So 2, of course, being your life path number. So you're basically working with your own energy, but you do have the additional sort of influence of the 11. So what this means for you is there's this really strong element of inspiration coming through, which is just completely beautiful when it comes to sort of marrying with the 9 energy that we're all working with collectively, that has to do again with like those channels being open to the unseen, to the imagination, to inspiration, to your dreams, that sort of thing. So I would say absolutely anything that ignites your passion, anything that brings you joy, anything that you feel inspired by, this is going to be the month to really explore that, to start planning on how you want to achieve and create from that space. So pay very much close attention to those ideas that are coming in and those inspirations, and taking that inspired action, right? Like moving from that space, not moving from a place out of, again, like obligation or pleasing others or doing what other people expect of you, which can sometimes fall under the shadow side of that 2 energy of your life path number, right? So those are some challenges that you may have to overcome to really stand on your own 2 feet and to really be very decisive, right? When it comes to what it is that you want and to taking that inspired action. So you may see opportunities come in this month for you all to really do that, right? And to really honor that. So this is going to be a big month for you all potentially to feel inspired, to have new ideas. And it could be ideas that, again, are outside your comfort zone and that are outside other people's comfort zone for you. And so you just have to figure out what it's worth for you and the value that it holds for you and how much does it mean to you, and find ways to move towards that, or to move out of that inspiration. Now, we do have a full moon, which usually signifies things coming to completion, culmination, fruition, on the 7th or 8th of December. For you all, this is bringing with it an energy of the 9 and the 1. So, of course, for December, collectively, we're already working with that energy of the 9, so you're already going to be feeling that. This full moon for you all is sort of bringing an additional emphasis on that 9 energy, right? So everything I sort of talked about in the intro is very much relevant for you all, very much so around this full moon. So pay attention to what comes in for you at this time, what also needs to be completed at this time, tied up, loose ends completed, what are you holding on to just strictly out of nostalgia or that sentimental, that has sentimental value, but that is no longer serving a purpose? And can you clear that clutter? I do think that there's going to be a really strong call for 2s to do that around this full moon. There's also the energy of the one that you all are working with this full moon. So again, what this sort of signifies is that there's something coming to completion, being cleared out so that something new can come in, which I also find interesting that you're working with rooster energy, because again, it's asking you to get started on something, to follow that inspiration, that passion, whatnot, and to really start to find your confidence in doing that, but to really not only start it, but to follow through with it. And then to, again, hold the pace of the rooster, which is that slow and steady pace. So definitely around this full moon, you could see some things coming to completion, but also the opportunity for starting something new. So it's almost like something clears out and something immediately comes in, or the big idea comes in. So definitely pay attention to what comes through for you all around that full moon, around the 7th or the 8th of December. The 23rd of December, we have a new moon that's coming in. And for you all, this new moon brings with it the energy of the 7. So the 7 can kind of bring a variety of focuses, right? So you could have something come up around your physical body, around your holistic health. So body, mind, spirit, right? That needs your attention, that needs to have your focus. You could see solutions come in around health at this time. Or again, if there's something that keeps nagging at you health-wise, this is going to be a time to really pay attention to that and get it checked out, right? With the 7 energy, this could also be, just a really sort of intuitive, sensitive, psychic period for you. So you may see new gifts open up for you psychically, intuitively. Pay attention to that. And again, that can come through your dreams. That can come through unexpected places. So pay attention to that. 7 energy is one of the more psychic, more intuitive energies. And so again, with the veil sort of being so thin, collectively, as we're working with this 9 energy, for you all also working with 7 energy around this new moon, again, just really pay attention to those dreams, to your downloads, to the inspirations, to the passions, because for the month of December, you all are working with 11-2 energy. So you are meant to do something with this. You are meant to do something with these ideas, this inspiration, these downloads. You may not know exactly what just yet, but it will ignite something within you you're meant to follow, right? And that you're meant to follow through on. The 7 energy sort of, again, will bring emphasis to whatever that is and really open the doors to whatever that is. You have to go through those doors though, right? So just pay attention to, again, how you're feeling, what does it ignite within you? What does it spark? And explore that, follow through with that. This can also bring about the need for some solitude, for some time alone, for some self-reflection, especially since it's sort of at the end of the year. This can be a time, again, for really reflecting back on the last year. What do you want to take forward with you? What do you want to leave in 2022 as you step into 2023? What is important to you? What no longer has value or holds the same kind of value that you can release? All of those things. So it's all going to kind of be coming into to your awareness and for a deeper look and a deeper dive around the 23rd. So don't be afraid to take that alone time, to take that time for solitude, to take time for that self-reflection, because in a 7 cycle, you can really get some big answers to those big questions. So pay attention to them, right? All right, so I hope that you all have a very happy holiday season and a beautiful new year, and I will catch you all in 2023. Take care, twos. Bye for now.